everybody, Kim here. It is Friday almost afternoon and decided to do a little video update. It's a crazy day here in Ukraine. Russia has launched countless, well, not countless, but a lot of rockets, missiles all over the country. Our air raid siren started around 8:30 this morning, just after we dropped off the kids at school. And now it is noon and it's still going. Kids are still at school in the bomb shelter. This is one of those moments that we have all the time where when an air raid is going on forever and you know your kids have just been sitting in a bomb shelter all day, you wonder, do you go pick them up or actually do you leave them there because they're probably safer there, seeing as how we have no bomb shelter here. Yeah, we're in the village. We're not in the city. There's no target near us, but Russia has shown that they don't care about actual logistical targets. They'll literally hit anything. So I guess the kids are safer there. But yeah, there's been air raid sirens all over the whole country. Explosions heard in many different cities. There has been a lot of stress, a lot more tension. This month, definitely. I mean, just everybody knows we're coming up to the 1-year anniversary of the war. It started last year on February 24th, and we all know that Putin loves his dates. And so, I mean, there's just been a lot of assumptions that things are not going to go well for Ukraine as this month goes on. And yeah, if today is any indicator, here we go. So we just as a team had to revisit our safety plan. You know, we don't anticipate having to leave our home, but you know, if things got really, really bad again here, it's wisdom to have a safety plan. And the plan now is just to head west, just head to the mountains. We really don't want to leave Ukraine. We don't want to be refugees again. Out of the country with our boys. And so we're going to do everything we can to stay here in Ukraine, and really everything we can to stay here on the homestead. It's just so much better here. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what happens next. It hurts my stomach to think about having to leave here again. So I try not to think about it a lot. I try to have documents in order, go bags ready, and then to just not think about it because it's PTSD for real. But yeah, so I'm keeping myself distracted right now by giving you guys an update. It's Friday, so I should do it anyway, but it's good to do it now to get my mind off of all of that. We had a great last couple of weeks. I didn't send out an update last week because my brain was so exhausted because we'd been doing our U.S. Director of Operations, Josh, was here with us for a couple weeks, and we just had tons of meetings, planning, rethinking, talking about how we do things, why we do things, what could we do better. We had 3 days of meetings with our leadership team here. Josh is leading us through a book called Traction. And so we talked again about our core values of dignity, love, and hope. And then we broke those down into 6 core focuses of how do we live those out. And we're in the middle of making a new website. And I'm really excited for when it's going to be ready to share it with all of you. But this was really helpful for me making the new content for the website to go through, to rethink all of our goals and our values and how we live those things out, how we can better communicate those things to our team and to the rest of the world. So yeah, that was really helpful. We made with our leadership team a 10-year goal target where we want to be as an organization in 10 years, and then broke that down into 3-year goals. And then we each took individual responsibility for several of those goals. Now, today we just had a meeting breaking those down into 1-year goals, and then we'll do quarterly, and then we'll do monthly. It hurts my brain. I'm not good with meetings. I'm just tell me what to do and I'll do it, but it's not my strong suit. But it was awesome to have Josh here, just doing all of that online with him, with translation and stuff. It's just so much better to have him here with us. We really love him and appreciate him. So that was really great. I really wanted to share with you our exciting news that I had promised and left you hanging, but about our new house parents. So y'all know that Grant moved back to the U.S. Jed has currently been living with Anton and Sasha inside B of the duplex, but I promised you to share who our new house parents are, and drum roll please. The new house parents moving into side B with Anton and Sasha is our very own Oleg and Masha. It's a miracle, a dream come true. We're super, super thankful and excited. Masha and Oleg, if you know our organization, then you will recognize their faces. Oleg has been working with us since around, November of 2018. We had just brought Ruslan and Anton out of the institution in September, realized we were in way over our heads, hired Oleg to come and be an assistant, and he's been with us ever since. And actually, the way that came about was Oleg was one of the builders who was renovating this house, our house. And we went to church together, and we just knew he was a super nice guy, but we really didn't know him that well. And he was here every single day in the house, outside the house, working on the renovations. And our son Vlad, who loves tools, loves building, he would always just shadow the builders. He always wanted to see what they were doing, and he would always want to be with Oleg. If Oleg was here, Vlad was by his side, staring exactly at what he was doing, asking some questions, just always wanting to be with Oleg every second. And we would always say to him, like, if you get tired of Vlad just following you around like a shadow, like, you can say, Vlad, I want to be alone right now. And he was like, no, like, I love having him with me. I don't mind. And we just saw that he was so patient and so kind. And when we realized that we needed help with Anton and Ruslan, we just were like, hey, is your heart really in building? Or maybe you want to join us to help take care of the boys. And he did, and he's been an invaluable member of our team ever since. He works as an assistant 3 days a week, and then he also works at just doing random stuff all over the territory that Ruslan, our logistics guy here, asks him to do. He's started to have lessons again with a couple of the boys in our wood shop, doing special projects with them. Just a really good spiritual leader in our team, just brings us back to the heart of why we're doing what we're doing. So that's about Oleg. And then Masha started out with us. So when we very first in 2014 had teenage volunteers that started coming with us to Romania. Masha was one of those. She was a teenager and was in university and started going to Romania with us, and then later became an intern. When she was still in her internship, like near the end of it, we actually hired her to help plan special events for the boys, and now she works as our our manager of operations here in Ukraine, and also as our social worker. So yeah, Oleg and Masha got married in August, and I like to think that Wide Awake Team Hidnosti had a hand in their marriage because they actually fell in love while working here. So we like to take a little bit of credit for that. But they got married in August, and before they even got married, they knew that they eventually wanted to be house parents here. And they thought, Jed was like, you guys need to wait a while, learn how to be married first. And but then when Grant moved back to the US and they saw that there was a need for house parents with Anton and Sasha, they met with us and they're like, we know you want us to wait longer, but the need is there now. And we really love the boys. Like, we want to be their family. Like, we're ready now. And so, yeah, we're super excited. We're super thankful. Having a Ukrainian couple be house parents for the boys has really been the dream. Our dream. They can support each other. I think the transition is going to be super easy because the boys know them so well and have always known them ever since they came out of the institution. So they're going to move in tomorrow, and they were going to do it at the end of the month, but seeing how things have kind of been ramping up with the war, they just decided to come sooner, just to be here, to be a support, just to be with the boys and not be in the city. So that's the super exciting news that Oleg and Masha are going to be our new house parents, and we couldn't wish for better. We're just super excited. They love the boys. They're really good at living life with the boys, not just doing things for them, which is a really high value that we have here on our team. So yeah, we're excited, and I think that's all I have to say. Please pray for Ukraine. Pray that, just pray for us as the 1-year anniversary of the war draws near, that our hearts would be at peace, that we wouldn't be afraid, but that we would also be wise. Pray for peace in Ukraine. Just pray that this war would end. And don't forget Ukraine. All right, bye.